You're watching Good Day Central Illinois on WYZZ.
Welcome back. Are you looking for a good way to get out and enjoy the spring weather? Well, the Wildlife Prairie Park has plenty of activities so you can kick off the summer season. This morning we have lead naturalist Bryant Brumbill here to tell us all about the upcoming events and activities the park has to offer. Of course, he's here alongside Rogue. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Good morning.
All right, obviously we have a beautiful looking animal here today.
We do. This is our ambassador striped skunk. So this is Rogue. Rogue is about a year and a half old at this point, has been doing kind of, animal programs at libraries and schools. So we've been handled quite a bit and are pretty used to being touched at this point in our lives. But before we went on air, we were talking about how Rogue is actually deglanded. So the part that makes skunks smell so bad when they spray and get scared, Rogue is not able to do that. Though Rogue is pretty used to being handled, and so this isn't as much of a stressful situation for him anymore.
Such a cute guy, oh my goodness. Well, so there's a lot of different events coming up. There's things planned for Mother's Day. We have laser tag coming up. If we could just kind of get a whole array of everything happening.
Yeah, so I mean, speaking of Mother's Day, actually I just got word from some of my fellow keepers that last night we had our third bison calf born for the year.
Yay!
And so during the thunderstorm last night, I guess it was kind of a lot of stressful situation that caused her to go ahead and go. And so that was our third one for the year. This Mother's Day on the 14th, we will be offering free train rides to moms as they're coming through the park. And so we highly recommend you come and spend your day out with your moms out at Wildlife Prairie Park.
Definitely.
And then you also mentioned our laser tag, which is kind of one of the newer attractions that we've opened up. We have our Wild Woods laser tag. Generally, it's going to be available through, if you book through recreation at wildlifeprairiepark.org or wildlifeprairie.org. And it's going to be $15 per person for an hour-long play session.
Wow.
And so we're really excited about it. We've heard a lot of great reviews from the people that have done it so far. So.
I was going to say, not a very typical way to play laser tag, but definitely, I think, a fun one. I'd want to do that for sure. And then you also have an adventure trek that's coming up. So what can people expect for that?
So the adventure trek is kind of our mobile tour bus throughout the park. And so it goes out into the bison and elk pasture. And so you get to get up close to our herds and kind of see them. And so, as I mentioned, we've got babies coming out right now, and so we've also got babies out there with the bison.
And on top of that, you can also rent kayaks at the Wildlife Prairie Park.
Yep, and so that's going to be, we do that obviously during the kind of warmer months when the water's not frozen, right? But we're just starting back up our kayak rentals, so you can use those out on any of our lakes on the property. And so those are available also through recreation at wildlifeprairiepark.org.
Which is great. I mean, there's so many different types of things that you could do at Wildlife Prairie Park. But aside from all the events, I spoke with one of the employees there as well, who there's changes coming to the wolves and to, I think it's cougars, if I'm correct.
So we're currently in the process of building a new enclosure for incoming, we're buying 3 cougar cubs. They're going to be about a year old when we get them at this point, but we got to make sure that everything's squared away for them, make sure that they stay in where they're going. But we're really excited about it. It's been a while since the park's had cougars, since our kind of older pair passed a few years back. And so this kind of feels like a changing of the guard, and we're really excited.
I mean, as you can tell, definitely lots of events going on at Wildlife Prairie Park. So make sure you head over there during the summer. I mean, it's nonstop fun. Mother's Day, free train rides for mom, the adventure trek, the Wild Woods laser tag, everything you can ever want to do at Wildlife Prairie Park, they're going to have it. So I want to thank you so much for joining us this morning, Bryant.
Thank you for having us.
Of course, and of course we'll make sure to share all these details up on our website. That's ciproud.com.